Do you sometimes feel stuck? This is the Healing Pendulum with your host, Kim De Boer. Working with the emotion code, Kim is here to assist you. The Healing Pendulum aims to support people to open their hearts through emotional transformations in order to bring more happiness and joy into their lives. So now, please welcome the host of the Healing Pendulum, Kim De Boer.
Welcome to the Healing Pendulum. I am your host, Kim De Boer, and I'm coming to you live from TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network. I'm so excited to be here today, and thank you for tuning in for my very first show ever. And so this morning, I just decided that I was going to start my show with a quote every Monday morning, 10 o'clock. And the quote of the day is, "Learning is a gift, even when pain is your teacher." And that is a quote by Maya Watson. And I just found that to be very fitting for today's show. I know that if I hadn't have experienced pain in my life, that I would not be here today and sharing this gift with you. And just learning, continual learning about how we can take control of our own health. So thanks again for being here. I actually asked the universe to help me find a way to reach the masses without having to speak on stage. And this is what the universe sent me. I had done a half-hour live interview on Blog Talk Radio, and within a couple weeks, BBM Global Network called me and they asked me whether I wanted to host my own show. And I said yes. And I have to say that it is a bit out of my comfort zone. But I just knew that this was a great way for me to reach the world and educate and give information about natural healing. So those of you who don't know who I am Kim De Boer, and I am the founder of the Healing Pendulum, which is a transformational energy healing company that's based out of Vancouver, Canada. I'm also a health coach and a #1 best-selling author in the book, Healthy Living, The Secrets to Natural Health and Wellness. Now, I specialize in the emotion code and the healing, the emotion code and the body code healing modalities. And then at the moment, even I'm taking more courses so I can help people even further. So the purpose of the show is to bring more awareness in the world about how you can take control of your own health. I'm going to be sharing the wisdom and the knowledge in all areas of health and wellness that I have studied and experienced over the years and really want to pass on to you. I want to pass this information and the tools to help you improve your life and to improve your life now and preventative, so now and into the future. And it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're, 16 or 10 or 80 or it really doesn't matter how old you are. Your body pretty much rejuvenates itself every 365 days. So it's never too late to take control of that. Now, through my practice, I have discovered that past traumas and emotional baggage are the main underlying causes of most illness and disease today. And I want to help you understand the mind and body connection and how it determines our overall health. And you will be hearing from my very special guests on the show that are experts in the health and wellness field to help you understand, what's out there. What are your options? And all that, it's just a matter of being open to the possibilities, just being open that there is another way out there that you can take control of your health. So we will also be discussing topics on the show and topics such as autism. Now, autism is it's become way too common. And we really, there are ways to work with autism. And I would like to give you those answers. Another really hot topic that we will be discussing will be heavy metal toxicity. And now I have a lot of my clients coming to me with stomach issues and skin issues and what have you. And it turns out that they have like mercury toxicity or arsenic toxicity or cadmium or aluminum. And this is affecting their whole body. And what happens with heavy metals is it holds on to your body produces fat actually, so that it protects your organs from these toxins. So that's a huge topic. Another huge topic that we'll be discussing on this series of shows is pathogens. And I really want to talk about Candida. Candida, I think, in my opinion, is an epidemic in North America. And so many of my clients come to me with different ailments like Crohn's disease, or, they've been diagnosed for Crohn's or IBS or, other digestive issues. And their body tells me that they have Candida. Now, Candida can mimic all of these diseases. And it passes through the blood-brain barrier, gets into your blood. And it mimics even fibromyalgia can be caused from Candida. So that's a really, really strong topic that I want to talk about. And my favorite is nutrition and lifestyle. I've always, from a very young age, been interested in nutrition, supplements and nutrition, and also lifestyle. So that's an exciting topic for me. Another thing that we were going to be covering are traumas. And traumas, there's past traumas, so there's emotional traumas, there's physical traumas, there's psychic traumas. And these traumas all affect our life and even our cells today. They reflect on how our health is, the state of our health today. In this show, we're going to be talking more about trapped emotions. And then there's inherited emotions. And there's anxiety and depression and so much more. And it's just how they play a huge role in our health and our happiness. And knowledge is power. And it is never too late to improve your health and heal your body. It's just never too late. So, we need to start now. And we can just make some very small changes in our lifestyle to improve our health immensely. So, and I really want to do this together. Like, let's change our mindsets about illness and disease. Because you've been diagnosed for, such diseases as cancer or diabetes or, they're labels. They're all from imbalances in the body. And there are ways, natural ways, that we can combat. We can reverse these diseases, and so we just need to have that mindset that these diseases can be reversed. So I don't know if anybody's been watching any of these series that are out there. There's some really great series out there, which I'll talk about because we're going to be going to break right now. I'll talk about that after. And so we're going to break, and stay tuned for the next segment. And the next segment, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my story and how I got here. So see you in a few minutes.
The earliest human societies worshipped a female goddess. Little is known about this time because we did not always have a written recorded history. It was around 3100 BC when the Sumerians invented the first written language, and everything that preceded this time is prehistory. The prehistorical record includes all of women's unwritten history from 30,000 BC to the time that men began achieving political power around 3000 BC. Male feminist artist Kimberly Berg maintains a strong position in educating and inspiring both men and women through his devotional art to the goddess in all women. Studying their history is paramount to understanding who women were and who they would become later living in a patriarchal society. To learn more about this important time in our history, go to www.isisrising.net.
Do you ever wonder why certain things are happening in your life? How to start a business or a new direction? Need answers? Astrologer Bonnie Probula can help you reveal your true self and gain strength and focus so you can achieve greater joy and success. Working with a natal birth date, time, and location, Bonnie brings out qualities to aid you in getting the best from your life. She can help you unlock dormant traits to bring you greater awareness. Bonnie also conducts public speaking engagements to educate aspiring astrologers on their journey to the stars. A gifted artist, Bonnie bridges her talents and recently launched a line of Astro Bears, uniquely created in colors of individuals' astrology charts. She also makes one-of-a-kind necklaces of crystal beads and woven thread. To learn more about the world of Bonnie Probula, go to bonniegprobula.com. And for astrology consulting, visit astrologyconsultants.com or call or email her at 808-526-1536 or bonniegp@aol.com.
Welcome back to the Healing Pendulum. I am your host, Kim De Boer, and I'm coming to you live from TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network. And again, thank you so much for being here with me today on my very first show. This segment, I was talking about, I left it at the last segment, about all of these series and documentaries that are out there. And there's The Broken Brain, there's A Truth About Cancer, The Truth About Pet Cancer, and The Truth About Autoimmune Disease. So, it's really great that these documentaries are out there and they're really giving us a lot of information on how we can take control of our own health. So I would check those out. On this segment, I'm actually going to talk about a little bit about me and how I actually got into the body code and the motion code, my health journey to this point. And so my health journey began actually when I was 8 years old. And I was a bit of a tomboy and always up in trees. And one day I slipped out of a tree and I smacked my tailbone on a root. So anyway, at that point, it was just painful and went on my way. But within a couple of years, I was having trouble walking, going up and down stairs. I couldn't, ride a bike. I couldn't do the normal things that kids do. And my mom, she took me to the doctor, and the doctor kept, the pain I felt was in my knees, and they took x-rays and all of that stuff, but they just couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So 2 years I did that. And thankfully my mom, was listening to me, and she took me to a massage therapist, and the massage therapist felt my knees and she said, "It's your tailbone." And I had a pelvic calcium 2 to 3 inches thick on my tailbone, because I had no sciatica nerve circulation in my legs for 4 years. I was 12 years old at this time, so 4 years without any nerve circulation in my legs. So that's where my natural healing passion, I guess, started, because the Western medical doctors just could not find anything, and the massage therapist did. But also what happened when I injured my tailbone is it buckled my spine. So I developed scoliosis in my back. And so throughout my years, I've, always been looking for modalities or something that would help me get out of pain. And my goal was to just have one day, wake up one morning without pain. And so I was on a mission to find this, and I tried almost everything. And then I came upon the emotion code. Now, the emotion code was sent to me from a women's group. It was in a webinar with Dr. Bradley Nelson. I'll talk a little bit more about him in the next segment. And so I watched this webinar, and at the end of it, it mentioned that it worked really well on animals. And I had just recently had a cat adopt me, and he had some issues. He had my cat Jackson, and he had some emotional issues. He had some physical issues. And funnily enough, he was having trouble walking up and down stairs and jumping on a bed or a couch or up on a windowsill. And so I started working with him actually with the body code. And as it turned out, where the body code led me into his dental meridians and led me to his front canine teeth, which were broken off at the bottom. So he was an outdoor cat, he was a scrapper, and both of his teeth were broken off. So I released the trauma and the emotions, the trapped emotions around that incident. And within almost immediately, his back leg got better, his back hip. And I ended up canceling the vet appointment. And he's now 17 years old, and he's just like a kitten. He actually comes under my desk when he needs to release some emotions. Animals have the same emotions as humans do, and the same traumas and everything. So, and they're wonderful to work on. So anyways, and I started working with myself a lot, and I found all of these, different traumas and different emotions and different imbalances in my body that when released, it just gave me so much ease and calmness and took my pain away. And so I can honestly say that now I wake up in the morning without pain. I'm 58 years old, and I think that I'm probably in the best shape that I've ever been in. I can go out, I can go golfing, I can go skiing if I wanted to, I can exercise every morning. And I didn't have those options before finding the emotion code and the body code. So I'm just so grateful for having this modality and being able to share it. Now, I came from a corporate background, 16 and a half years doing sales and client services, and I was doing the motion code and body code on the weekends and in the evenings. And then about 2 years ago, I just went, I have to do the emotion code and body code full time. This is my passion. It's my life. It's what's my calling, and it's what I need to do. And as a child, I when you're asked what you want to be when you grow up, and I always said, I want to be a nurse or a vet. And the body code and the motion code, they give me the tools to be actually fulfill that childhood dream that I had. And again, just so grateful and happy to have found this modality. So we're going to break, and I hope you'll join me in the next segment. And my name is Kim De Boer. This is a Healing Pendulum coming to you live from TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network. And we'll see you soon.
Essential Nutrients LLC is the brainchild of entrepreneur Barbara Burns. Inspired by a desire to help others, Barbara worked with a team of scientists to develop unique nutritional liquid supplements with the goal to improve the quality of your life. Glucosamine, zinc, and calcium are essential to well-being, and this is the focus of Essential Nutrients LLC. Whether you're a professional athlete, weekend warrior, student, business owner, or homemaker, Essential Nutrients offers products for everyone, including the family pet. And they're easy to take, no pills. Health requires commitment, exercise, a good diet, proper supplementation, and action. So take action today and get your supply of essential liquid nutrients by visiting www.essential-liquids.com. Don't put off your health any longer. Take essential products today and start to measure the difference.
Unleash the obstacles that bind you with certified professional coach Joanne Charette, a master practitioner in energy leadership. Joanne can help you break through personal and professional barriers and guide you to a higher level of empowerment and fulfillment. Passionate and dedicated, Joanne engages with her clients on a mutual journey. Her dynamic energy will motivate you to move forward as you partner on a venture to greater results. Isn't it time to make a breakthrough and commit to live the life you deserve? Invest in yourself and let Joanne Charette be the catalyst to the realization of your dreams by making them a reality. Based in Quebec, Canada, Joanne is also a space coach, using social media and Skype to work with anyone, anywhere around the world. Contact Joanne Charette today at 819-360-3266 or email her at actionrealization@live.ca. 819-360-3266. Now is your time.
Welcome back to the Healing Pendulum. I'm your host, Kim De Boer, and I'm coming to you live from TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network. I want to thank you again for being here. It just means so much to me that you're here. It is my first show, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. So what I'm going to do in this next segment, you may be wondering, so what is the emotion code and what is the body code? So I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. And I'm also going to explain what the structure of this series of shows is going to be. So the body code, it's one of the most advanced healing systems in the world. It is science-based, and it's a combination of ancient Chinese medicine, kinesiology, which is muscle testing, magnetic therapy, where the earth is magnetic, we are magnetic, and quantum physics, which is everything is energy. And the quantum physics allows us as practitioners to we can work on the phone or on Skype or anywhere. We can connect with people anywhere in the world. And the emotion code addresses emotions, what we call emotional baggage. It addresses inherited emotions. So, emotions from our ancestors, and it can be, dating back generations and generations that are affecting our lives today. And it also covers the heart wall. Now, the heart wall, we're going to be talking more about the heart wall. That is in the next show. And there's actually 93% of the population has a heart wall. So it's very, very important that we know what it is and identify with it. So the body code and the emotion code, it was developed over several years by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And Dr. Brad, we call him Dr. Brad, he's a holistic chiropractor. And in his teachings, he teaches that true health simply means being balanced. And that means being balanced in 6 different ways. Now, these 6 imbalances are actually going to be the basis of my show. And so I'm going to they'll be discussed at length in, the different, I don't know whether I'm going to say topics or headings or whatever. So basically, I'm going to have the subject, which would be energies per se, and I'll have 4 shows under that heading. So the first one is energies, and this is one of them today. So we will be discussing trapped emotions, and we'll be discussing trauma, and we'll be discussing the heart wall. Also going to be touching on offensive energies and allergies and imbalances. The second month, or the topic, is going to be under circuits and systems. And that's where we balance the energy systems in the body. And we're going to look at chakras. We're going to look at acupuncture meridians and the physical body and energy circuits in the organs and glands. So we'll be looking at body systems, disconnections, meridians, chakras. Be discussing those areas. And I'll be having a acupuncturist and, different guests that are specialized in those different areas. The next topic is going to be toxins. Huge topic right now. So we're going to be discussing heavy metals and excess chemicals, the EM spectrum. There's so much electromagnetic radiation in our environment that we really do need to address that, from all the Wi-Fi appliances or electronics that are out there, and it's affecting our health. Also going to go into dental toxicity, and that's something that a lot of people don't realize, is that our teeth are meridians, and they connect to different areas of our body, and so they can cause issues. Now, the next topic is going to be pathogens, and these include fungal, bacteria, viral, mold, and parasitic infections. And all of these infections can be really easily identified and removed, or by the body code system, sometimes removed, but we can find a remedy that's best suited for you to resolve this issue. The next segment will be on misalignments, and these are structural imbalances. And we think of misalignments usually as, your back being out, or your hip being out, or your ribs being out, or something. But it's not only bones. It's also, we have misalignments in our organs, in our glands, and even our connective tissue. Our tendons can have misalignments, our muscles, our nerves. And they can all be treated non-invasively to gently restore stability in the physical body, which is very cool. We'll be covering that. And the next one, of course, is my favorite, is nutrition and lifestyle. And this is going to, it's a hot topic right now too. So the imbalances in our nutrition and lifestyle, our imbalances can be caused by nutrition or nutrient deficiencies. They can be caused by food intolerances. Dehydration is a huge one. Are you drinking enough water? Are you absorbing the water that you're drinking? And that is huge. The magnetic field that the EM spectrum is also big in the nutrition and lifestyle. And is your pH balanced? Is your pH balanced in your body? Are you too acidic, or sometimes even too alkaline? And if it's not balanced, it'll throw your whole body off. And then we go into certain healing foods and herbs and supplements. And another big one is sleep, and we need to address our sleep. We're not getting enough sleep. We can't sleep. We wake up in the middle of the night. We need to address that because we heal when we sleep. So we really need to address our sleep issues. So the body code, what it does is simply identifies which of these imbalances are causing your symptoms. And then we find what is causing those imbalances. And then we keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into the body, and to find out what the core reason is, what the underlying cause is of whatever symptom that you are experiencing. And we call this peeling the onion. And we go one layer at a time, until we get to the center of the issue. And that's so that we can resolve that issue. And quite often it gets resolved instantly. And it's just amazing. Every time I do a session, I'm fascinated with that. Anyways, we're going to go to a break again. And thank you for being here with me. And this is Kim De Boer, the Healing Pendulum, coming to you live by TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network.
For over 50 years, Evelyn Stapula has been a loving advocate for people with disabilities throughout the state of Pennsylvania. President and founder of Big Heart Bridges, her organization actively campaigns for legislation and support of civil liberties that meet the needs of disabled individuals with housing, transportation, and employment. Ms. Stapula has joined forces with a variety of esteemed organizations that advocate for the disabled. She serves on the board of the United Cerebral Palsy of Pittsburgh and the Governor's Cabinet and Advisory Committee for People with Disabilities, and she is a consultant for the Pennsylvania Governor's Conference for Women. Her many efforts have led to the implementation of a transportation program for the disabled with the Access Paratransit System of Allegheny County. Evelyn Stapula strives daily to serve the interests of the disabled, to protect their freedoms, and enable them to live normal public lifestyles. To learn more, please call 412-491-2605 or email Evelyn at ers92645@verizon.net.
Attorney Renee Marie Smith is changing the way we sell real estate. She wrote a series of books called My Short Sale Guru Guides for all real estate practitioners. Whether you're a homeowner wanting to understand the process, an agent who has been handling short sales for years, or an industry analyst wanting to know how short sales impact your business, Renee uses her vast real estate experience to take a comprehensive look at the recent market phenomena while relaying it in an easy-to-understand format. Through her company, Smith Title Services, Renee has counseled thousands of short sale participants and processed in excess of 1,000 short sales. Her knowledge is transformational for real estate professionals and laymen alike, and her live presentations provide people the opportunity to ask specific questions about their issues. Buy her books and schedule her to speak at your next event. Visit www.smithtitleservices.com or call 305-705-3428 or email her at renee@smithtitleservices.com. Isn't it time to sell your property today? Learn the My Short Sale Guru way.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Healing Pendulum. I am your host, Kim De Boer, and I'm coming to you live from TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network. On the last segment, we talked a bit about the body code and what the structure of the show is going to be. Now, this segment of the show, I'm going to be talking about the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is what I call the Google of the body. And just like Google, all you need to do is ask it a question and it will give you the answer. The subconscious is the most powerful computer in the world, and it's hooked up to universal intelligence. It knows everything that has ever happened in your life. Everything you've ever eaten, everything you've ever said, everything you've ever seen, everything you've ever thought or experienced. It's just amazing. And it even knows what happened in your ancestors' lives, going back generations, hundreds of generations. It's an amazing machine. And it controls every aspect of our lives. It controls us mentally, emotionally, physically, and even spiritually. And how our limiting beliefs and core beliefs from our childhood have such a huge impact on our state of mind and how we're living our lives right now, today. It's in control, but it's also connected to the universe, to the universal intelligence. And that is, and it's there for us to tap into. So there we go into, think more positive thoughts, you get more positive energy back. Think negative thoughts, you're going to get more negative energy back. This is all the laws of the universe. This is how it works. So when we have a negative core belief, we're just going to get more of that. So you may have the core belief that you're not worthy of being loved. Well, your subconscious will think that is true because it's your core belief. And no matter what you do, you will never, until it's resolved, you will never be worthy of being loved. And that's how powerful the subconscious is and how it controls our destiny. Now, there's two ways of tapping into the subconscious mind. The one that the body code and the motion code are designed for that's where the kinesiology comes in, and or muscle testing. So I don't know whether you've experienced muscle testing, going to a naturopath or whatever when they're asking your body questions. But it's one way to access the subconscious mind and to receive the answers to whatever questions you have. Now, many health practitioners do use this method to find their answers that they are seeking. But another method of accessing the subconscious is the pendulum. And the pendulum, for me, is the perfect device to help me unlock the secrets of the subconscious mind. It's a very simple tool, and it helps me transfer the information from the subconscious to the conscious mind very easily and effortlessly. It also has a very long history. It dates back thousands of years. The scientific community took interest dating back to 1808. So it has been around for a very long time. Another way to do the muscle testing is the sway test. And that's something that all of us can do. And, I'd love to share with you how that works. So if you can stand up, if you want to do this with me, what you do is you stand up and you get centered and you say, my name is, and say whatever your name is, and your body should fall forward. Just automatically. You won't be able to control it. Your body will just fall forward. And so once you have that happen, you go back and get centered, and then you say, my name is, and say a different name, one that's not your name, and you should fall backwards. And that means that is not true. That's your no. So what happens is you can test yourself. You can test a certain food that you think you may be intolerant to or something, or whether it's good for you. And you can ask your body. We need to listen to our bodies because our bodies will tell us what we need and what we don't need. So the sway test is a really great way for you at home to ask your subconscious some questions. So my method of choice is the pendulum, and hence the name, the Healing Pendulum. For me, there was too much room for error in the muscle testing. I wasn't completely confident that I was receiving the true answers to the questions I was asking. So I just wasn't confident in those answers. So I was introduced to the pendulum by another practitioner. She was at a retreat, Dr. Brad's retreat, and she was from Hungary. And I was sitting next to her, and she was using this device, and I just went, "Wow, what is that?" And as soon as I picked it up and started working with it, I knew that was a tool for me. And I'm just very, very confident in the answers that I am getting. It's just a great tool for me. Other practitioners, they use the muscle testing, and it's great for them. That's their tool of choice. So did you know that the root cause of all illness and disease is past traumas and emotional baggage? I'll be talking more about that when we come back from the break. And my name is Kim De Boer from the Healing Pendulum, and we're coming to you live with TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network.
America is out of control. Today's capitalism and the approach to money is in fact the symptom of a more widespread pattern of excessive behavior. In his book, The Culture of Excess, How America Lost Self-Control and Why We Need to Redefine Success, clinical psychologist Dr. Jay Slosar portrays an America where excess fuels the drive to succeed. Dr. Slosar examines the cultural factors that lead to excess, ranging from obesity to fraud to pervasive budget deficits. His book examines the powerful economic and social factors and their impact on our psychological well-being. Dr. Slosar explores the psychological impact of increasing narcissism, perfectionism, self-destruction, and our identity confusion. He offers recommendations for helping Generation Me become Generation We. Those who resist Slosar's message will want to avoid his discussion of regulation and his recent message that at this point, democracy must be more important than today's capitalism. Get his book now online or by visiting thecultureofexcess.com.
Do you battle with weight loss? There is a solution. Founder of Weight No More Consulting, Deborah Simons, can help you lose weight safely and effectively through weight loss surgery. I know. I had the surgery 2 years ago, and I am 135 pounds lighter and medication-free. This full-service weight loss center caters to your every need as you navigate to a healthy weight following surgery. Servicing all of Canada, Weight No More Consulting takes pride in its compassionate care and guides you through each step before and after surgery. Starting with informational meetings, Weight No More Consulting educates each potential client before they decide to have surgery on the health risks of obesity and the various weight loss surgeries available. After surgery, Weight No More Consulting provides a solid support system with ongoing meetings to ensure continued success. Deborah Simons and Weight No More Consulting are committed to promoting your health and wellness through maintaining a healthy weight for life.
Welcome back to the Healing Pendulum. I am your host, Kim De Boer, live from TuneIn Radio and BBM Global Network. Welcome back. Thanks for still being here. I just wanted to expand on the body code and the motion code and how we use the subconscious mind to ask these questions. So it is done through the body code or through the pendulum or kinesiology. So in the body code and the motion code, what we do is we tap into the subconscious mind. So we connect to the subconscious and we ask certain yes and no questions. And from there, we receive the answers we are looking for from the subconscious. And like I said earlier, the subconscious knows everything that's going on in your body, and it also knows how to fix it if there's an imbalance. So this process, what it does is it allows us to unveil the imbalances or what we call the underlying causes of the symptoms that we are experiencing. And we release them from the body, and quite often what happens is your body regains balance instantly. It's an amazing process. So did you know that 50 to 70,000 thoughts go through our brains every day? And that these thoughts all have emotions associated with them. So you can understand how some of them, out of all those thoughts, some of them are definitely going to get trapped in our body. So, we're emotional beings. And emotions are what make us human. They add interest to our lives and they help us connect with each other. Emotions are vibrations, and that vibration, and they vibrate on different frequencies. So all these emotions, they have different frequencies. And they can either be positive or negative. Now, the positive emotions make our life worth living. However, the negative ones are the ones that make our lives very difficult. And these emotions, they get trapped in our bodies. And when the emotions, they get overpowering, or we're sick and we get out of balance. Less intense emotions can also be trapped if the conditions are right in our body. Now, energetically, these emotions can get lodged like anywhere in our body, and they're about the size of an orange, or they can be as big as a cantaloupe. So they're actually energetic energies, I guess. They're energies that are in a ball, like an orange or a cantaloupe. And what they do is they distort our energy field, and they distort the tissues in our body, which eventually cause physical symptoms or pain or disease. So these trapped emotions they will always show up in the body as physical or emotional pain. They have been known to be the underlying cause of diseases such as fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome, and even cancer. And every cancer patient that Dr. Brad worked with, he found that there were emotions within the cell. And it's because our emotions actually go into our cellular intelligence. So if we, for instance, if we are experiencing anxiety or despair or nervousness or worry, that is going to affect our stomach or our spleen. Those are emotions that are connected to those organs. And different emotions are connected with different organs. So, these emotions, they disrupt the proper function of the body. They disrupt the lymph, the blood, and the energy flow in the body, and they interfere with proper organ function. They actually destroy the health of our body. And that's how important it is for us to find, identify, and release these emotions. It can be preventative medicine. Emotions are also a major driving force behind our emotional and our mental issues, such as depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome. They may also cause you to overreact or misinterpret situations in your relationships. So they can really hinder your relationships. Now, I want you to understand that our organs and glands are also frequency generators, and they generate the frequencies of certain emotions. Like, for example, as I was saying earlier, you've got the anxiety, despair, nervousness, worry that are associated with the stomach. Well, if you have a frequency of anger or bitterness or resentment, they are all frequencies, and they're produced by the liver or the gallbladder. So if you are feeling the emotions of betrayal or abandonment, they are all being produced in the heart or in the small intestine. So you're going to have heart issues or digestive issues. In turn, having an intense emotional experience, like a trauma, can overload the organ that it is associated with, and it's when it's in the same vibration, it can affect that organ. However, these emotions can also lodge themselves in other organs or areas of the body that are imbalanced or weakened. So, even though if you have anxiety, it's not necessarily going to be lodged in your stomach. It could actually be lodged in your right shoulder. And that's because there's a weakness there. So it'll go to a weakened area. And so as you can see, our emotions play a huge part in our health today. And when you release these emotions from the body, it releases the frequency and the energy from your body and from those organs, and your organs become happy again. And it's just such an amazing process. Another thing I want to mention is that all of these organs, so you've got your heart, the small intestine, the spleen, the stomach, lung, the colon, the liver, the gallbladder, all of these organs also have a muscle connection. And I always use the example of the gallbladder. So if you have the emotions of anger or bitterness or depression or frustration, panic, resentment or hatred, that's going to affect your liver or your gallbladder. So it's going to become imbalanced. But what will happen then is you'll get a pain in the back of your right knee. And so you release the emotion and release the pain. So anyways, I hope that you have gotten a little more understanding about the emotions. And we'll be right back after the break. I'm Kim De Boer from the Healing Pendulum, coming to you live from BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. See you in a minute.
Certified professional coach Pamela Reeves can help you with your relationships. Motivational and image coaching are just some of the ways she can help you enhance all aspects of your life. Her book, Is It Love or Merely a Sick Attachment?, helps readers clearly distinguish healthy, loving relationships from toxic ones. Ms. Reeves has put her words into action through Ray of Hope Kenya, an international initiative that provides outreach to victims of abusive relationships there with the goal of helping them rebuild their lives and the tools to avoid abuse. Ms. Reeves operates various business interests through her umbrella network, Nella LLC, and credits her success to her diverse work experience. Whatever your goals, whether striking a balance, reinventing your image, or simply lifting your lifestyle, Pamela Reeves will help you achieve them. Your life, your call. Dial 410-902-5715 or email Pamela at pamregon@verizon.net. She's also on the web at pamreeves.com and on Twitter at Pamela_Reeves.
Renaissance woman, trailblazer, maverick. Those are just some of the words to describe Tashandra Poulard, owner and CEO of House Virgo Entertainment, LLC, a woman minority veteran-owned entertainment company based in Washington, D.C. Ms. Poulard served 10 years honorably in the United States Navy and departed from active duty to pursue her dreams of becoming an entertainment mogul. House of Virgo Entertainment offers script writing, producing, directing, DJ services, editing, and more. They cater to businesses, corporations, college students, working professionals, aspiring artists, and nonprofit organizations, and employ veterans of the armed forces. Tashandra Poulard is pioneering the way we view media and taking her brand global. Visit her at www.houseofvirgoentertainment.com or call 281-515-3740 and like her on Facebook at House of Virgo Entertainment, LLC.
This is the Healing Pendulum. I am your host, Kim De Boer, coming to you live from BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. And welcome back for the last segment of my show. And I hope that I have given you information that you can ponder, and that you have a better understanding on how trapped emotions can affect our mental health, our emotional health, and our physical health. Now, the body is designed to heal itself, and your body is always striving to maintain balance, or what we call homeostasis. If it's not in balance, it will eventually create illness and disease. And disease doesn't happen overnight. It takes years and years and years for it to develop. So it's from imbalances that occurred. It could be in your childhood from age 2 or 3 or even 1, or even in prenatal, when you're in the womb, you can have these emotions you absorbed from your mother. And so I can't stress enough that we need to listen to our bodies. A headache is not normal. A stomach ache is not normal. It is your body's way of telling you that there is an imbalance that needs to be addressed. It's very intelligent, your body, and it's going, there's something wrong. Help me, help me, help me. So we really do need to listen to it. So, the body code system and the emotion code system, they are designed for disease prevention as well as healing. And it is the ultimate form of preventive medicine. It can detect imbalances before they even show up as symptoms. And so, like I said, disease doesn't happen overnight. It takes years to develop in the body. And through the body code and the emotion code, we can detect these imbalances, and we can prevent the disease in the first place. I have witnessed amazing transformations in my clients' health and well-being, and just by releasing these emotions that are causing the imbalance in the body, it has helped them just so much, huge transformations. And I've got the body code consists of over 200 mind maps that goes into all areas of the body. Like those 6 different categories. And so anyways, I'd also like to invite you to visit my website at www.thehealingpendulum.com. And there's an area you can ask me some questions. And also, if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, I'm going to be giving a free session to the lucky winner, which will be announced at the last show of every month. So it'll be a health assessment and a half-hour body code. So I really, really want to thank everyone for joining me today. It means a lot to me. And on the next show, we will be talking about traumas as well as the heart wall. And so thank you very much for joining me. This is Kim De Boer from the Healing Pendulum and coming to you live from BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. Ciao for now. See you next week.
You've been listening to The Healing Pendulum with Kim De Boer. If something has happened in your past that's caused you to hold on unconsciously to negative emotions, then this is the place for you. Each week on The Healing Pendulum with Kim De Boer.
You've been listening to the BBM Global Network. The ideas, views, and opinions of this broadcast are those of the participants of the program and are not necessarily the ideas, views, and opinions of the BBM Global Network Company.